Namaste, everybody. A comet is going to appear in our skies. Just it's going to be there only for a few days, but it will give a very spectacular sight. That is what scientists have said. And around the same time, we have a crisis going in Tirupati. Normally, in our culture, comets are connected with some happenings in the land, something good for the people or bad for the people, and then for the rulers also. So in this video, I'm going to trace what our scriptures have said about the kind of comets that appear and under what category the current comet is coming. To know that, we have to know the scientific background of this comet. The scientific background means that this is the name of the comet. The name of the comet is C 2023 A3, Tsuchinshan-ATLAS. Let's first know why, what this means, how the naming convention is done. When you look at the name, it acts as a kind of secret code to know about the entire history of the comet. Normally, the comet's name will appear, it will start with a letter C or P or X or so on. If it is C, it means it is a non-periodic comet, that it won't appear so often. It may take thousands and even lakhs of years to reappear. So this comet is also such a one. And then there is 2023 shows the year of discovery. A3 stands for the month of discovery. The A, B, C series are there, which signify the part of the month. Every month is divided into two, like first half of January, second half of January, and then first half of February, so on. And then it starts from A, B, C. That is the first half of January is known as A. Suppose the comet is discovered in the first half of January, it is categorized as A, and then 3 stands for the number, that is that it is a third comet discovered in the first half of January. And then it is followed by the name of the discoverers. In this case, 2 observatories have discovered it. Like this, the telescopes in 2 observatories have noted the arrival of this comet. So one is Tsuchinshan, which is a Chinese observatory. It means a Purple Mountain Observatory. There only they have discovered this comet for the first time in January first half in 2023. Followed by them, the NASA-sponsored Atlas Observatory in South Africa discovered this. So they have added the names of both these discoveries in the name. And the P I already told about. C, there is a P set of comets, which means they are periodic comets. The comets that appear regularly, most probably within 200 years. Such comets come under P series. For example, Halley's comet is a P comet because it appears every 76 years. C comet is a non-periodic comet. This is the current one is a non-periodic one. There is an X series comets. Their orbits are not known. That means it's very difficult to calculate their orbits. The orbits are very eccentric. And there is a D type, which is the lost comet. The lost comets are those, when they go around the sun, they may not reappear at all. That means they have fallen into the sun because of the sun's gravitational pull. And then we can also see, to know more about the period, that is the orbits. These are all based on their orbit nature only. Periodic will be following elliptical orbit. This is the elliptical orbit coming around the sun. This is the sun. So they coming around the sun, they go in the elliptical orbit. So which goes up to Pluto only mostly. They come back again. So we are able to gauge the total duration. And then there is something called this parabolic. They take a parabolic shape here. The current comet is a parabolic comet. It may take very long time. It may not return at all because the angle is so wide that it goes out of the solar system and it may get lost or even come back. We don't know that. And then the last one is the hyperbolic. This is the hyperbolic. Hyperbolic are mostly just wavered comets in the interstellar space which are caught by the solar system, the sun's gravity, and then they make an appearance here. Then they go back again. They may not return at all. Whereas the current comet, it is supposed to be returning. It will be returning after 80,000 years. The last time it appeared was 80,000 years ago. That is what scientists believe based on the calculation of the orbit. So when we say 80,000 years ago, we are reminded of Mount Toba eruption at that time. Mount Toba it is a volcano in Indonesia, which could have erupted somewhere between 75,000 years ago to 80,000 years ago. I am making just a mention of it just to show whether there is any connection with the arrival of the comet at this time and then the happenings on the earth. Actually, the comets do not cause any happenings. Varahamihira is very clear about it. He says there is no astronomical calculations done for comets. But when they appear, some comets give positive results and some give negative results. So we have to just see, wait and watch what kind of results are going to appear, whether any results will appear at all, and what scriptures say. And then before going into what scriptures say, let us look at the kind of orbits that they are taking. This is the periodic comet like Halley's comet. And there is an outer, you can see here, one outer belt. This outer belt is known as Kuiper belt. It is made up of many small objects, comets, and then even meteors. They're all going around in the outer ring of the sun. It's this Kuiper belt. From there, some of them get just detached, or some of them may get attracted towards the sun. They come here as comets. And then the next is non-periodic, the current one. From where does the current comet coming? That is the question now. So this is the sun. Around that there is this Kuiper belt, everything is there, agreed. But beyond that there is something called Oort's cloud. So similar to Kuiper belt, there is a very dense region consisting of this dust particles or even meteors or comets. That region is known as Oort's cloud. And it is believed that the current comet has come from the Oort's cloud. To have the cross-section view of our solar system, to see from where this comet could have originated, this is the cross-section view of the solar system, the sun here. And then we are all moving here, just cross-section, horizontal appearance. The comet is outside the system. From there it had come. And then the types of comets also we should know, just to know how far science has gone. So we say some people are of the opinion we have to stick to science only, and our Hindu scriptures are just trash. And here I want to bring to the notice of the viewers that our Hindu scriptures speak so much about many things, including the comets. And in this case, I just want to show how much science has known about comets and how much our scriptures have known about comets. And science has only this much of categories, like hyperbolic comet, and then parabolic comet, long period comets, and then periodic numbered, and then sun grazing comets, which are the last comets into the sun. Only this many comets are there. That is, they have been categorized into some 5 or 6 categories only. Whereas in our system, there are many uh, comets. Of this, I am just picking out one called Tasar Ketu. All these comets are named in our system. That is based on their appearance. For example, here it is not very bright, but it is hazy. The present one is supposed to be. And then it is supposed to have a very long tail. The tail is something, of the diameter of the full moon that we are seeing. Such a long one. And then they say it will even grow after some time as it is going. So such a long tail and the hazy, but bright, not very bright, but that is, by brightness we mean how the disk appears. See, the full moon is a very bright one, whereas there are many stars, which look just hazy. So it will look like a very sort of slightly hazy only. And it is Taskara Ketu, because Taskara means a thief or a robber. A thief or robber will not take much time to do his work. He will stealthily appear. He will go to the place where he has to steal, and then he will quickly come out of the place. So like that, this comet also will come just and be there for a few days and then go back. That is why it is named as Taskara Ketu. And the comet appearance, that is a path that you would have seen in many of the channels or magazines. The peculiarity of this is that this is the plane of our solar system where our planets are moving, whereas this is coming in the opposite direction. That it just come, it is not going to go through our solar system. That is, it is not going to go through the orbits of our solar planets, whereas it comes from outside and then it turns and then it goes in the opposite direction. Opposite here we mean whenever a comet is moving in the direction opposite to that of the movement of the Earth and other planets, we call it as retrograde motion of the comet. That is, the Earth and other planets except Venus, they are all moving in anti-clockwise direction. Whereas this comet is coming in a clockwise direction and going back in the clockwise direction, but it is not interfering with our orbits. And when it interferes only, sometimes problems appear. For example, in Mahabharata, those who have read my Mahabharata would be knowing that the comet which just went around the sun, it broke near the orbit of Mercury, and parts of it had come towards the Earth and then landed up in our Earth, causing a great havoc. Following that, Mahabharata war had happened. So there is a coincidence. I don't say that it causes, but there are coincidences when such kind of comets are observed. And but this particular comet is not going to interfere with the orbit of any of the planets of our solar system. And more information about this comet is that this important one is here. Uh, the one that I'm showing here is the magnitude. The comet's brightness, even the star's brightness, is measured in terms of magnitude. Like for anything, we need a measurement, isn't it? Like for even measuring some length, we say centimeter, meter, kilometer. So in the same way, the brightness of the celestial objects are measured in magnitudes. There, the magnitude should be up to 6. That is, if it is plus 6, it is visible. That is, the 6 is the dimmest star that can be seen by naked eye. If it goes beyond 6, it can't be seen. Whereas in minus, if it just 6, 5, 4, 3, like that, and then when it is that is in decreasing numbers, means increasing brightness. Then it goes into negative value also. For example, Sirius, the brightest star, has a negative value only. Here it shows 4.7 to 3 magnitude between September 18th and 26th, means it is visible, and it was visible in the southern hemisphere during the morning hours. And another one that I wanted to show is in the northern hemisphere up to 40 degrees it is going to appear for us. But currently, at the time of speaking, October between and then between 2nd October and 9th October, it is going to be behind the sun, so we can't see. It is going to be very bright at that time. But by the time of October 12th, it is going to come near to the Earth, and we will be able to see after October 10th. And another information here I want to show you is that by October 13th or 14th, it is going to go near another comet. This comet is of a magnitude 10. That means it is invisible. And but the name, look at the name here, 13P Albus. So the naming convention looks different in this, but this is also a kind of another convention where P stands for periodic. So this already appeared in 1956. Now it is reappearing, and it is the 13th comet listed so far in the periodic comets, in the discoveries. So it is known as 13P Albus. It goes near that, we won't be able to see. And then it is there is another interesting information about this is it anti-tail. Normally a comet will have a single tail. The tail will be on the opposite side of the sun. Suppose the sun is on one side. When the comet is coming towards the sun, the tail will be behind that, and the tail will be away from the sun. If it goes around the sun on the other side, then the tail will be away from the sun. So normally only one tail will be there. But here, this comet is going to develop another tail in the opposite direction. And that is such kind of tails are known as anti-tail. And our scriptures do mention about them as Brahmadanda. But Brahmadanda is the kind of comet which will have 3 tails, which will develop 3 tails. It all depends upon the density, the kind of matter around that comet. So all this decide that. But Varahamihira says, if there is a Brahmadanda seen, then there will be a great calamity to mankind. But fortunately, this is going to have just one tail, one anti-tail only, not three as told by Barahmira. Then between 20th and 31st of October, the magnitude is going to come down from 4.5. It is going to 7, means once it crosses 6, it cannot be seen by us. But one interesting information that is being given is that around this time, the comet is going to develop a tail which is 40 times the size of the full moon. Then imagine it is going to occupy a very huge space in the space. We don't know whether we will be able to see it from our place because it's going to be a rainy season in South India in particular. Maybe in North India it can be seen. And then this can be witnessed in the southwestern sky after sunset in our place after October 10th or 12th. Now, I'm coming to what our scriptures say. Our scriptures have identified the comets as 101. Almost all of them have been named. That's a very beautiful feature of it. See, in the Western science, they name it as hyperbolic or parabolic depending upon the orbit alone. Whereas in our culture, they have named it based on the direction. Orbit, I don't think they had done it, because for orbital calculation you need some other mathematics, and then telescopic information are all needed. Whereas our rishis have uh, made the classification based on the direction it appears and the appearance of it, whether it is glossy, bright, and then hazy, a long tail or short tail, in that way. And then they say 25 comets, 25 groups of comets. In the particular group, 25 will be there. It appears in east, and then in west, 25 comets appear. In north, 3. Normally they say the north and northwest, when they appear in north and in northwest, those comets are giving positive results to mankind. So according to rishis, not all comets are indicative of bad omens. So north is the only three appear in north, they say, and then from the northern side, and then from northeastern style, 23 comets will appear, and they are all positive. That is, they are good omens only. They bring prosperity to the country. And then in the south, 25, and in southwest east, 25. So totally, there are 101 comets identified by our rishis. Just compare this with the cometary types that Western science has found out now. In the south, like in the Vastu, we have the deities for different directions. The south has Yama, is being lauded by Yama. So there is a belief in our scriptures. That is the idea given by our scriptures is that the comets that go towards the south or appear in the south are bad for humanity. In the current case, that is the current comet, it is coming from east. From the east, it is going to go through southwest, because in the southwest direction only we are going to see it. Let's wait and watch what it is going to show. And here I am showing the cometary path as given by some apps. Like I used Star Walk 2 app just to show you how the path has been and how the tail is being seen. By September 20th, it was in this direction, means the sun is somewhere here. So even October 2nd also, it was away from the sun, here away from the sun. And then here also you can see it just goes this way direction. Whereas in this period, that is after crossing this period, the direction is going this way. So the direction from this side to that side it is changing, means here only between 8th and 11th October it is going to cross the sun, going to go behind the sun, and this is Virgo. You can see this constellation is Virgo, or known as Kanya Rashi. In Tamil we call it Purattasi Masam. See here it is, there is Spica. Spica is nothing other than Chitra star. So here only Hasta and Chitra. By the time of October 11th, this comet will start appearing to us. At that time, Spica or Chitra will be seen. That is, it will be seen in Chitra. Hastam and Chitra, they are just close together only. Then once again you can see, the direction is going like this. And then after some time, the direction also, that is, it goes this way. Even though this is given as a straight line, in reality, it is taking a very huge, like the hyperbolic is something like this. Parabolic, it is going to turn like this. This kind of a huge curve it is making. The curve is going to be of 139 degrees as per our current calculations. The same one I am showing in the way that we understand from our horoscope. Our horoscope is nothing but a construction of 12 houses, 12 houses of the Rashi. Starting here, this is the Mesha, Rishabha here, Gemini, and then it comes like this in the clockwise direction. And what I am showing here in the middle, this middle I am showing a very huge circle of material. This is the center of what Milky Way galaxy. What I am showing here is just one half of Milky Way galaxy from here to there. It starts in Sagittarius or Dhanur Rashi, wherever the center of our Milky Galaxy is situated, and then it extends up to Gemini here, Gemini or Mithuna. I have shown blue and red colored spots here. The red spots represent old stars, the very old stars which are going to die, or whether they may become neutron stars or even black holes. They are generally red in color. And then the blue ones are the younger ones. Younger ones means that they themselves will be some billions of years old. And in Mithuna, Mithuna means in reality also they are in pairs. Here, the material that is these, whatever dust material that is being there in the outer edges of our solar system, they just go around each other and then they form a pair. So a pair is known as Mithuna, also known as Gemini. It is really surprising that the stars in this region are really twins. They are twin stars, binaries. And this has been already known to our rishis. Otherwise, they would not have named Mithuna. After Mithuna only Gemini came. Gemini and other Romanized or Latinized names have come from our culture only. The most interesting part of this is you would have heard about Pitruyana and Devayana in scriptures. Where are they? Pitruyana is near or towards the direction of Virgo. Virgo is the center of our current movement. Like we go around the sun. The sun goes around the Milky Way. The Milky Way galaxy and other galaxies are going round Virgo. And this is known as Pitruyana. And why they have named it as Pitruyana is a very big interesting thing, because see, from Virgo only all these have come up and they have further divided, and from them this solar system, that is our Milky Way galaxy came. In the Milky Way galaxy our sun came, and from the sun the solar system had come. So the origin point is Virgo. So when during the time of dissolution, all these are going to merge in the origin point, which is in the Virgo cluster. There is a mega cluster of Virgo, and it is like after death, our ancestors or even we go to Pitru land, because that is from where we have come. So we go back to the same. So in the same principle of how this Prakriti, that is these galaxies are going to go back into Virgo cluster, our Jivas are also going to go into that Virgo region only, it seems. But probably because of that, they have named it as Pitruyana. So this the point that I am talking about is that currently the sun is in this region. Currently, the comet is crossing this region of the sky. At the time of talking, it is somewhere near, this is Leo. It is near Leo, actually outside the Leo. Somewhere here it is there. Now it is coming like this and then turning. So it is turning Pitruyana region. Now, since we have talked about Pitruyana, let me also tell about Devayana. Devayana is to Deva land. from which you don't return. After death, suppose a person's Atma reaches Devayana, that means it is just filled up or just let off all the karma. There is no need to come back to be born in the earth to enjoy the karma. So the Devayana is in the Pisces, in Meena Rashi, just opposite to that. Whereas in Pitruyana, we go and come back like our ancestors' land. And this particular month of Virgo only we have Mahalaya Paksham. We give the oblations to our ancestors. In this month only, this Venkatacharapati of Tirumala is very much sort of worshipped, because in every Saturday of this month, in many places in South India, I don't know about North India, in many places of South India, every Saturday of this month, this Virgo month, the solar month of Virgo, people undertake Upavasa, and then people worship Venkatachalapati. Even those who are habitual non-vegetarians, they refrain from taking non-vegetarian food. They do throughout the month of this Virgo, that is Kanya, people used to uh, uh, abstain from any non-vegetarian food. Such is the importance given to this. And in this month, we had a defilement noticed or uh, told to the world. The defilement or whatever that apacharam had happened already. It is not something that happened just now, years ago, or for many years it had happened. But it was brought to the notice of people only in this month, which is very important for Venkatachalapati. And there is a coincidence of this rare uh, comet appearing in this month, passing through the sun in this month, which seems to give some kind of indication for us. And then particularly it is crossing through Hasta and Chitra stars. Varahimihira gives the phala for this. He says that when the comet, particularly the Tasar Ketu, when the Tasar Ketu is passing through Hasta, or any comet also passing through Hasta, means it is bad for the ruler of Dandakavana. And the Dandakavana is between Narmada and Godavari. The regions between Narmada and Godavari comes under this. So the rulers of this place or even the people of this place will have some kind of problem. And the other one is the ruler of Kurus. Kuru kingdom is Delhi and then Uttar Pradesh. So somewhere there, the rulers are going to have some problems. And then people will be wondering whether there is any remedy from this. The remedy is also given by Varahamihira by saying that if Indra means rainfall. Suppose at the time of sighting the comet, that is when the comet appears in our sky, if it rains or if some meteor just crosses the comet, the whatever good or bad indications of that comet will not happen at all. So if it rains, the bad palam for Dandaka or even Kuru region will not happen. That is the remedy, he says. Then how that remedy is going to occur unless we do some kind of repentance or propitiation or parihara. But before that, I want to bring to your notice another interesting thing. This comet is going to be seen or appear in our skies on October 12th. By the time it is October 12th, the comet will appear in the lowermost part of the southwestern sky after sunset. On the day, it is Navami, which is the birth tithi of Rama. Rama is a Vishnu part of deity only. On the same day, Shravana Nakshatra will be running. That is, moon will be in Shravana. Shravana is a star of Venkatachalapati. And then even today, so many people, thousands of people or even lakhs of people, they undertake Shravana Upavasa and every Shravana Nakshatra. On that day, they are going to have, many people will have. So what is so strange is on the day this comet is going to be seen by us or become invisible to us, the Tithi, the Nakshatra, and then the Vara also. It was Shanivara, that is the last Saturday of Puratasi. Puratasi is Virgo or Kanya month. Puratasi is the word we say for that Kanya month in Tamil. And in Tamil Nadu in particularly, people undertake upavasa or even some abstinence from non-vegetarian, particularly on Saturdays of Puratasi. And it is being told in our Jyotisha text also, the one who does the Shanivara Dosha Nivarti, praying to Lord Venkatachalapati, would be supposed to have, that is, he was supposed to have done some Sahasra Shashti Vrata. That is, Shashti Vrat is also another one. On Shashti, people used to have upapasa and then pray to Kartikeya. And like that, suppose a person maintains such upavasa continuously for 1,000 Shashtis, that is equal to upavasa on a single Saturday in Puratasi month, that is the Virgo month. So that is the last Saturday of this month, when many people, even those who are habitual non-vegetarians, they will abstain from non-vegetarian food and then they will maintain Upavasa and then worship Lord Venkatachalapati. So this coincidence makes me wonder whether Lord Venkatachalapati himself, he's giving a signal by this comet, by the sudden appearance of this comet, for a very brief days of 9 days only it's going to appear, to just give us a warning or to remind us that we should not do certain things. Normally for Venkatachalapati Upavasa, people abstain from non-vegetarian. Then how we can allow some non-vegetarian stuff enter into the prasad given in Tirupati or Tirumala? And then we should have been very, very careful, and we should not repeat it, or we have to repent for it, or we have to do the remedials for it. And we should maintain this vegetarian food also, because see, Venkatachalapati, see, when you pray God and when you go for upavasa or some kind of vrat, you abstain from non-veg food. Why not you do it in other times also? Because God is always there for us. That is, He's ready to give us His blessing. So we have to be sort of suitable for it. We have to make ourselves the suitable persons to receive such blessings. For that, this abstinence from killing, abstinence from the foodstuff from other jivas should be there. Probably he is giving a kind of indication or a warning by this comet at this moment when we came to know about this transgression in Tirumala. Because this issue itself had just cropped up after this month had started. It was very, very auspicious for Lord Venkateshwara. So on seeing this coincidence, and also on seeing the coincidence in terms of this uh, the day that it is going to become visible to us, Navami Shravana, and then the last Saturday, I thought I have to make this video and then bring to the notice of the people about what our scriptures say in comparison with what science says. So we can come out of this whatever expected calamities from this uh, comet by just being true to ourselves, true to God, and take up the warning or the signal from him by way of this comet, and then lead a very peaceful life in our country. Thank you very much.